Okay.
So y'all, it's the last day of August, and we're shooting this video for the third time because our mics keep messing up on us.
We're just not good at the technology
and then,
stuff.
So on this last take, we're like, well, let's just shoot a short video saying, hey, we're sorry that our audio sucks. And that video, the audio is perfect.
So we're going to try it again.
So we're going to try it for a third time. And if
that being said, we've been doing this for a year now.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. We appreciate the support,
Yes.
all the feedback that everyone's given.
Yes.
If you have any kind of feedback, something you feel like we could do better, or things that you enjoy that we are doing, then definitely let us know. Yeah. But thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great. We're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
What we're also going to keep doing is fishing for redfish, because they finally, June, July, I kept waiting for them to be like, hey, we're going to be happy now. And I mean, short little windows of stuff, but overall just not the happiest to fish, other than the flood tides. And but this month, started out super hot. Super hot, water in the low 90s, high 80s.
Yeah.
And now things are trending towards cooler, with now our water temps are 83 to 85, and we've seen a lot happier fish. Not just on the flood tides. The flood tide's been great this month.
Yeah.
But also on all the other tides.
Mid-tide, incoming, outgoing, low tide, some cool shrimp activity.
Fish transitioning from the mud to the oysters, transitioning from the mud and the oysters to the grass, like just happy opportunities, just great fishing. And that trend is going to continue. I mean, there's a reason why most, a lot of people like to come fish for redfish this time of year on through the end of fall into early winter even.
Yeah, even
just
like
a great time.
into, through December.
Oh yeah, this is a great time. And the weather all depends. You could have it could stay warmer longer in December, or you could get a cold snap really early and kind of transition into winter. Like everything's weather dependent and all that, but just overall, we're moving towards that quality redfish fishing, which, as you've mentioned in the last two videos that we've shot today, creates just an opportunity where you could really go out there. There's some other times of the year where I'm like, hey, let's focus on these particular tides.
Right.
This time of year, between the quality of redfish fishing, kind of in a wider, they tend to be happier over a wider range of the tides, and the fact that we still have our bigger fish around, opportunities for jacks, triple tail, tarpon. I want to say cobia, but I did get a shot on cobia 2 days ago.
You did.
We hadn't eaten from a cobia 2 days, or not 2 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago. Like, there are still a few of those around too, but still having those bigger fish, those jacks, tarpon, triple tail around, just creates cool opportunities this month coming up. August is a lot of fun for the big fish, although we did see, a real roller coaster ride from really happy tarpon. You even landed one on your solo.
Yeah, which was insane.
Crazy that you pulled that off. Well, of course, while I was taking a little vacation in Virginia.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah. Grabbing one solo was pretty wild. I mean, it's 110, 120 pounds probably.
Big fish.
She was a big girl, and just, finally got it to the point where she was worn down enough that I was like, oh my God, I'm going to grab this fish. And then I started freaking out because I'm like, how am I going to do this by myself?
Yeah.
So we figured it out. Me, myself, and I, and then let her go. But that was super cool.
Yeah.
Also, beginning of the month, you and I were out on a day and had some really cool jack stuff happen. Yeah. They were swimming up on the surface, finning and just, and you said this earlier, and I'm going to steal it from now on. It was a jack tornado. Yeah. I really like that because they were just, swimming in that circle. Yeah. And Rob was kind enough to let me have the bow, and so Rob threw the Joan up and got a really cool shot of getting a cast into this jack tornado, and one came out and just smoked it. And so that was super cool. But I would say that recently with the jacks, I haven't been seeing quite as much of that type of behavior. They're still around, but the schools seem to have congregated, yeah. And so they're bigger schools, but they're staying lower, pushing bait, and then when they get that bait pushed together, blitzing on the surface. So you'll see it look like someone throwing bowling balls in the water, essentially. And it could last anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. It's an incredible thing to get to see. Even cooler when you get to catch fish out of it. Yeah. But have been seeing, saw a school probably 100 jacks today. Yeah. And then I guess with the tarpon, lately it seems that they've been eating more mullet than menhaden. So do with that whatever you will. But that's just kind of what I've been seeing.
That's what you've been seeing, yeah. Yeah. And I think they'll keep those bigger fish, the jacks and the tarpon, and definitely the triple tail will be around. Oh, it's funny how we lump the triple tail in with the jacks and tarpon.
Right.
As bigger. They're migratory.
Seasonal.
Our migratory or seasonal fish are definitely going to be around. The jacks, the tarpon are going to start trickling out depending on what the weather does.
Yeah. Triple tails.
But triple tail will definitely be around into October, barring something crazy. But definitely around. That being said, you were talking about them tarpon eating mullet. I got robbed.
Rob got robbed.
I got robbed. We did a couple. What was it? Monday?
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 days ago. We did a long day, covered a lot of miles looking for tarpon, and it really has been a roller coaster ride for those bigger fish over this past month.
It has.
Sometimes they're around super happy, and then next thing you know, for no explainable reason, we're not seeing anything on the surface, anything anywhere. And then next thing you know, they're back.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
doing cool stuff.
Yeah, and it's hard to predict. It's very hard to predict, and it is what it is. But anyways, we'd covered a lot of miles, found some tarpon, finally in the last spot that we were going to be able to hit that day. Doing really cool stuff. And then a tarpon got up. We saw a tarpon get up on the sandbar point, like literally with the tip of its tail out of the water, ambushing mullet. So we get over there, get a few casts in on that particular tarpon, and the water's just dumping out. A lot going on. Had what appeared to be an eat that I missed on the fly, and then
I think it was tough. The current was just ripping through there.
So had what appeared and felt like an eat, but didn't stick. So we kind of reoriented the boat, kind of got ourselves situated again. Another tarpon appears. Same one, different one. I don't know. Seems like they were different colored.
I think it was different. One was black, one was pink.
Seemed different colored, but anyways, tarpon appears doing the same thing, tail up, all that. And I'm getting the fly out and swinging it, like getting it up. Again, the current's ripping. Get it up there, swinging the fly to the fish. I can see the fish. And this big old mullet comes down the beach. That tarpon, big old mullet comes down the beach. That tarpon went at the mullet, but the mullet jumped over this little sandbar point, and that tarpon comes up over the sandbar point itself, like a 60+ pound tarpon, probably more like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm just being don't like to exaggerate these things.
It was a good tarpon.
Fish, yeah, good tarpon. Comes up over that sandbar point and lands in the deeper water just on the other side of that chase and smokes this mullet. And as my fly is just oh, please. Got robbed on that
one. It was incredible to see.
Super crazy to see.
Fish all the way out of the water, but 30 feet away.
Yes. But that's what I love about flats fishing, sight fishing, and what I get to do, what we get to do, is this concept of and some days you've got to grind to find the opportunity where you get to visually see these fish, especially tarpon, like what I'm saying, but even redfish and jacks, having that opportunity to see the eat. We were talking about I was filming with Scotty earlier this month as well, and had a topwater eat in the background. You can hear me, little schoolgirl, just giggling and just losing my mind. Anytime I can see, and I will, no shame in that. anytime I can see that eat, I can visually see that fish go from being like just doing whatever it's doing, seeing my fly, behavior changing, moving towards the fly, smoking it, I lose my mind.
I don't know. It makes me
It's
feel like a
just
kid
so
again.
cool. It does
I
make
get
me
so
feel like a kid again.
giddy, so excited.
It's the best. It is the
If
best.
that doesn't get you excited, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you need to pick a different hobby.
But that's what I love about it, and that was a really cool thing about seeing that tarpon engaging with these like very visual fish. You got up close and personal with a triple tail.
Yeah, so we were running a multi-boat trip, and we had kind of taken a break, and we were kind of just floating around, chatting, buddies.
Out in the middle of the river. Yeah.
Buddies were talking. Rob and I were, talking about kind of plans, and so we had kind of, hey, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. So Rob takes off, and I'm kind of following behind Rob, and I see this 5-gallon bucket kind of out of the corner of my eye, and so I'm like, hey guys, we're going to go pick this bucket up real quick, because everybody needs a good 5-gallon bucket.
I totally missed this bucket.
And so it was barely sticking out of the water, like maybe an inch. And so we go over there, and I lean over and I grab like the edges of the bucket and go to pick it up. And a triple tail swims out from inside the bucket and just is floating on the surface. So I drop the bucket, put down the trolling motor, grab the rod, hand it to the guy. We're casting, and the fish kind of short strikes the fly, doesn't quite get the hook in his mouth. Switched flies a few times, and then he disappeared. And then I got a free 5-gallon bucket.
And good marsh karma.
And good marsh karma, because 3 pieces of trash are good for 1 shot on a cool fish. That's my marsh math.
I've seen it seem to work.
And if nothing else, it's just a good reminder. Sometimes it's worth going out of your way to pick up that piece of trash, because you might get a shot at a triple tail.
Or just good marsh karma.
Or just good marsh karma. You can stack that up for whatever you're chasing. So I guess coming up, going into the fall, expect the fishing especially the red fishing, to be pretty good overall.
And fairly consistent.
Yeah. And throughout the tide cycle, opportunities to fish all parts of the tide cycle, depending on the weather and, all of that. Tarpon and jacks will probably start phasing out, weather dependent.
But definitely keeping those rods on the boat ready to go. Generally focusing on redfish for the next month.
Yeah.
But keeping those rods on the boat, and when we're rolling out, we're looking around for opportunities, and occasionally poking over to areas like, hey, are they here right now? Because those things there's definitely potential for them.
Yeah.
Throughout the rest of this month.
But super fun time of year.
Oh, yes.
Nice weather overall, typically. Fun fishing to be had. And I think we have a few holes in our schedule. So if anyone wants to get out, then let us know, and we'd love to get you out there.
Yeah, definitely. It's like John said, this is a great time of year to fish. Definitely one of my favorite months coming up here. So let us know. We'd love to get you out there.
Thanks for watching.